ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः श्री वेदव्याससद्गुरवे नमः श्री विदुराय नमः Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. In the fourth chapter, the last two shlokas were so good. He said, Meti Bhutaha Kauravanam Tvam Adya. You are the central pivot to all Kauravas, including the Pandavas now. Tvaya Adinam Kurukulam Ajamidha. Entire Kurukula is in your Adhina. Vidura telling Dhritarashtra. Parthan Balan Vanavasa Prataptan Gopayasva. Already so much trouble they went through in the Vanavasa, the Pruthaputras, the Pancha Pandavas. So Gopayasva, own them, love them, protect them, take care of them. Swayashaha Tata Rakshan, which helps you in the Rakshana of the entire Kurukula. More than that, your name and fame will be gloriously sung later on. Otherwise, everything will be opposite. You will be defamed. Pandavas being powerful, they know how to protect themselves if you are not taking care of them. And for their own self protection, they have Lord Krishna, etc., to guide. And to any extent, they can go. And all the imaginary fears which you are having now become real fears. What are the imaginary fears? This Yudhishthira is with so much of anger, he may burn down my Mandabuddhi son. That will really happen. So now the wisdom is to practice what is said in advance. But the power of delusion in Dhritarashtra was so much that even though he was started by Vidura and all, still he took a wrong decision based on his wrong emotions, attachments to his son. It led to the complete destruction. The only one person who could have avoided all these things is Dhritarashtra, because he can tell his son. No, you can't tell Yudhishthira to go away because they are righteous people. He does it. My children are Beokuf, nonsense. You are good people. Anywhere you can go, you can live. Please leave and go. That's what he tells through Sanjaya to Pandavas. It has not affected anyone except Arjuna. Arjuna only one was crying in the Yuddha. That disease inculcated by Dhritarashtra through Sanjaya, Bhagavan removes through whole Bhagavad Gita Jnana. You can't tell Pandavas to go away because they are dharmic. The world is run by the dharmic people. What you can do, tell Duryodhana either to go away or to surrender to Pandavas, in which their benefit also is there. You also will be beneficial. Dharma is established. Pandavas rule the country in a beautiful manner. देखो आप समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? Unless we deeply understand and unless we seek other guidance through Shastra and Guru, the correct decision in our life won't happen. At the level of decision, if we go wrong, after decision conviction only we act. You can't stop at the action level. Then the result you have to face. इसलिए ना हर दिन हमको बुद्धि को सूक्ष्म करते हुए अल्टीमेटली क्या पाना है वो दृष्टि में रखकर उसके लिए जो करना है वही करना है, और ये करने से अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा वो सोचकर अगर इससे होने वाली चीज बुरा है इसको करना छोड़ना है. Intellect's job is whatever the mind is putting in front of the intellect to do, intellect should come into picture and inquire, okay, what is the result going to be? If it is bandhanam, it is dukkha, it is narakam, then the intellect should not permit. And the question, intellect should think itself, what is required? Permanent happiness. It is possible only through spiritual sadhana. Therefore, that intellect along with its mana, buddhi, mana and sharira, indriya should involve in the pursuit of Parma. This is how we as a human being, given the intellect, the precious thing, by using it we can grow. Dhritarashtra used his mind and its emotion. He was pumped to empower his intellect by Vidura Adi, but he did not use it. He destroyed himself. So don't become majboor like Dhritarashtra. That is a lesson to be learned. Then we will be destroyed like him. Dhritarashtra became majboor. Nobody majboored him. From inside he got the attachment. And how did it come from? From the beginning he was in a feeling कि मुझे राजा बनना था, मैं बड़ा हूँ, लेकिन मैं अंधा हूँ इसलिए मुझे नहीं मिला. So my children should get. That thought was always maintaining. Means any thought maintained regarding anything of the external bhoga, one day or the other or every day, it will make us take wrong decisions. Therefore, only thought of Paramatma can slowly empower us to think right, decide right, act right, get right. He was given by everyone to think about Paramatma, but he has chosen not to think of ultimate. He only was thinking about Rajya and Rajya Bhoga. You and I also, with so many of the Upanishads and all the things heard, which talk about the Paramatma only, tell us to reach Paramatma, make us think of Paramatma. In spite of all this input, if we choose again only to think about the worldly object and Sukha Bhoga, no difference between Dhritarashtra and us. And what he ultimately gained, destruction of everybody and himself, same thing will happen to us also. पांडव में क्या है? दे वन द वॉर, लिव्ड लाइफ, एंजॉयड धर्म से पालना की, बट दे नेवर हेल्ड ऑन टू द वर्ल्ड और राज्यम. They left and pursued spirituality and reached the ultimate spiritual goal because they were dharmic, because they were devotional, because they were listening to Bhagavan's wisdom. जो धार्मिक जीवन गीत किया, फिर भक्ति भी रखा, भगवान के द्वारा दिया हुआ ज्ञान अपनाया. Therefore, first they won the war, second they enjoyed the kingdom, third they kicked it and went and realized the self. This fellow lost the kingdom, lost the happiness of kingdom, forget about reaching Paramatma, but died like a dog. कुत्ते की मौत. Every samsari ultimately कुत्ते का मौत. कुत्ते का मौत means the dog dies on the road accident, nobody cares. Like that meaning. But you see, in the floods, in the corona, people died worse than kutta only. Kutte ka mausa an idiom. Don't take literally. The point is, as a samsari, we just die only when our body is put on the pyre and we enter into another body to continue same nuisance, nonsense. With spirituality, at least little we can evolve. Okay. Now, last sloka he says in chapter 4, Sandhatsvatvam Kaurava Panduputraihi. हे कौरव, हे कुरुवंश श्रेष्ठ धृतराष्ट्र, Panduputraihi Sandhatsva. For us, what we are studying in the evening class, Satsanga, we can compare that and this. पांडुपुत्र धार्मिक है, शक्तिशाली है, आपको प्रेम करने वाले आपके बच्चों से भी. The funniest part in Dhritarashtra is Pandavas love and respect him more than his own stupid children Kaurava. And his stupidity is what? Still he is attached to his children more than Pandavas. This is the biggest problem. Like in our life also. Gurus love us more. They guide us more. They pour their subtle tapashakti for our welfare. And yet we discard them and we get attached to only our stupid friends, relations, family members. Only there we are caught up. We are all Dhritarashtra only. Just because blood relation. See, blood relation for maintaining the Vyavaharik life is so valuable. But when it comes to spirituality, you have to value the Guru who is giving Tattva. And these blood relation एक जिंदगी के लिए होते हैं. Gurus are there for every life. They are guiding for liberation, but ये हमको दिमाग में नहीं बैठता. Therefore, we leave our masters, gurus, and we get caught up. What can they do? Again, that doesn't mean that you kick everybody overnight and come here. It means maintain the balance, strike the balance. How to do? Use your discretion. हम जो बताते तो नहीं करते हो और जो सोच कहे तो कहते हो हमको समझ में नहीं आता. Break those confusions. Decide to do whatever Guru says and come, then Guru will tell, follow it. Or take the data from the Guru and think for yourself and decide and help yourself. ना खुद को सोचना है ना उनको सुनना है ना? भक्ति नहीं है, ज्ञान नहीं है, देन यू सफर। एग्जाम्पल आई एम टेलिंग। सो माते अंतरम रिपवः प्रार्थयन्तु। देखो, डोंट गिव चांस फॉर द अदर एनिमीज टू फाइंड द अंतरम इन यू। अंतरम मीन्स व्हाट? The gap in you. What is the gap? That you are enemy to the Pandavas. So they may join Pandavas and they may defeat you. Or there are enemies to Pandava. They may join you and defeat Pandava. The fact is, you and Pandavas are one. You both should have common friends or enemies. So, which was said in the earlier mantra. Else, your whole Kaurava Kula will be destroyed because of you. Satya sthitahate naradeva sarve. I am telling you a fact, all the Pandavas are established in Satya. They are not jhut mutwale. They are not adharmik. Duryodhanam sthavayate Narendra. Therefore, I am telling you every day, no? Please control Duryodhana. Stop him from continuing those atrocities on Pandavas by all foul means for the sake of Rajyam. You see the power of desires in the mind for the enjoyments of the world of powers, possessions, the money and other sukha bhoga. वो सत्य धर्म को सुनने ही नहीं देते हो, शांति प्रेम को करने ही नहीं देते। फिर जीवन को असत्य, अधर्म, अशांति और द्वेष, सत्यानाश। हम सबकी जिंदगी में यही हो रहा है। Nobody is Duryodhana or Dhritarashtra. It is we only in our heart. And nobody is Pandu. We only have to create them in us, Pandu and Pandavas. Shastra helps us to protect us from becoming Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, and helps us to make us Arjuna and Yudhishthira ityadi. Clear? इति श्री महाभारते उद्योग पर्वणि प्रजागर पर्वणि विदुर हित वाक्ये षट्त्रिंशः अध्यायः. In this way, Mahabharata, Udyoga Parva, Prajagara Parva, 36th chapter, in the sequence of Vidura Neethi, the 4th chapter over. Now, Vidura Neethi, Panchamodhyayah, Saptatrimshah Adhyayah. In that, Prajagara Parva, Udyoga Parva, Vidura Vach, 5th chapter, we are starting today. This also has got some beautiful, valuable thoughts to give us in 64 shlokas. Then 6th, 7th, 8th. A chapter, अभी 200-300 श्लोक, maybe 2-3 months more we will study. Slowly, एक एक आनंद ले लो उसका भी. And if you seriously listen, these thoughts will enter into us and they mature us. The maturity of outer life, the maturity of spiritual knowledge put together is a very good blossoming of our personality. And they are complementary to each other. Is it not? What we talk about the Antakarana Shuddhi as a qualification for the spiritual evolution is achieved undoubtedly when we follow the lifestyle indicated by Viduraji. Because Vidura is a Mahabhakta, Mahagnani, Mahayogi, Mahasiddha Purusha is. Bhagavan Krishna at the time of his departure, he remembered Vidura. He told Maitreya Rishi, go and tell Vidura all this knowledge. There is nobody as dear Vidura than to me anybody. He is such a great Jnani Bhakta. भगवान का प्रेम विदुर के लिए बहुत बहुत वंडरफुल इट इज. नाउ विदुर उवाच सप्तदश इमान् राजेन्द्र मनुस्वायम्भुवो ब्रवीतो वैचित्रवीर्यपुरुषान् आकाशं मुष्टिभिर्घ्नतः. Interesting sloka. This Swayambhava Manu, who is the Manu of first Manu of the 14 Manus who have come from the mind of Brahma, who are the cause of the ruling of the Bhumandala for the periods of Manvantaras, the Swayambhava Manu, his children we are all. मनु शतरूपा के संतति हम है, इसलिए हमको मनुष्य कहते हैं. मनु शतरूपा संतानम इज मनुष्य. मनुते इति मनोः और मननात् मनो श्रद्धया शतरूपः मनुते श्रद्धां करोति मनुष्य इत्यादि. So many meanings come. So this Swayambhuva Manu said, what is that? Vaichitra Virya means a Vaichitra Virya Putra, Dhritarashtra. Manu Maharaj told us, Swayambhuva Manu, these are the 17 stupid fellows who are trying to hold on to the or pierce the Akasha through their sword. मूर्ख, कोई भी आकाश को अपने तलवार से भोंक सकते हैं क्या? किसी आदमी को भोंक सकते हो, मत करना, मैंने नहीं कहा करने को, but space you can't do. This piercing the akasha through the sword is an indication of a foolish act of no result. These are the 17 people whose actions are like this, futile. They ultimately prove to be only a murkha. Not only they are piercing the space with the sword, they are also another two things said. What are they? Danavendrasya cha dhanuhu anamyam namato bravito atho manichina padana agrahyan grunatastatha. These three, four, 17 people are such a muraka. First example of piercing the face with the sword. Second one is they are wanting to bend the bow of Bhagavan Indra, not the Indra in the Swarga. The Indra Dhanuhu, which is an optical illusion, happens during a peculiar time of the rain falling as well as the sunlight falling. एक विचित्र काल में वो इंद्रधनुष होता है. अब जाकर इंद्रधनुष को थोड़ा झुकाकर यू वांट टू टाई अ रस्सी. दैट रेनबो एंड फुल रेनबो, हैव यू एवर सीन? आजकल कोई उसका जिक्र ही नहीं करते. दिस अ रेनी सीजन, यू कैन सी रेनबो एवरी डे इन द इवनिंग्स. You have a skyscraper buildings anywhere. Where is the sky to see? Even try to see that, spondylosis पकड़ भी लेता है, क्योंकि टीवी देख देख के नीचे झुक झुक के गर्दन को इतना सत्यानाश किया. यू हैव नो गट्स टू इवन लुक अप टू एनीथिंग हायर. लुक करो, पकड़ ही लिया, द गर्दन गयो रे बाबा. So this is such a murkha wanting to bend the Indradhanu and tie a rope to it. Third one is what? Marichinaha padan agrahyan grunatadadha. That you want to catch in his hands the rays of the sun and moon. सुबह शाम कोशिश कर रहा है किरणों को पकड़ता हूँ पकड़ता हूँ पकड़ता हूँ. Can you catch the, see the beautiful examples given? Can you catch the sun rays and moon rays in your hand? Can you bend the Shiva Dhanu? See, Indra Dhanu? Rama can bend Shiva Dhanu. Can you pierce the Akasha through the sword? That way, these are murkha in their wrong understanding and wrongdoing. 17 people are told. Means 17 traits, in other words. Are the murkha, futile, impossible they are to give us any success or happiness. Who are they? Yascha shishyam shasti vai yascha tushet yascha velam bhajate dvishantam striyascha yo rakshati bhadramastute yascha yachyam yachate kattate va yascha vijata prakarotya karyam yascha bali balina nitya vairi ashraddadhanaya cha yo brabhiti yascha kamyam kamayate narendra vadvavahasam shvashro manyate yaha vadvavasanna manana kamaha परक्षेत्रे निर्वपति यश्च बीजम स्त्रियं च यः परिवदते वेलम. These are the 7 और भी है. यश्चापि लद्वा न स्मरामीति वादी दत्वा च यः कत्तति याच्यमानः यश्चासतः सत्त्वोपानयित एतान् नयन्ति निरयं पाशहस्ताः. These people are taken into the naraka by the Yamakinkaras. Their works are murkha works. एक आज देखेंगे, बाकी कल टाइम नहीं है. फर्स्ट वन यह अशिष्यम शास्ति भाई. द वन हु इज डूइंग शासना टू द वन हु इज नॉट रेडी टू टेक द शासना. इट इज अ लेसन फॉर मी. Those who doesn't want to listen, telling them muraka going to naraka only. Is it not? फर्स्ट क्वालिटी हमको ही बताया उन्होंने. दैट इज वाई डू योर सत्संग. जो आए सुने ना ही तो ना. पीपल आर सो इगोइस्टिक, इंडिपेंडेंट, इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक. किस समय उनका किस दिमाग कैसे फिरता है, इवन दे डोंट नो अनफॉर्चुनेटली. ऑफ कोर्स प्रारब्ध गाइड्स एवरीबॉडी अल्टीमेटली, बट दे हैव टू बी कॉन्शियस. नो, प्रारब्ध गाइडिंग फ्रॉम वेयर टू वेयर. यू कांट गो फ्रॉम गुरु अवे एंड से इट इज माय प्रारब्ध. It is in the world you can go away, but jnana giving, mukti giving, prema giving guru, say going away is not prarabdha, it is ahankar. It is murkhata. It is only our own delusion, illusion. We get caught up in the worldliness again. Is it not? Equally to the guru, if anybody says we are not going to listen, Namaste Baba. Chalo jao, ja ja rahe. Like this, the next ones. Yahacha tushet. Tushet means the one who is not aiming at higher goal and working towards that and living a meager life with the meager things. One day they also will end. He will be always in poverty. He is also murkha. It's a very sublime thought here. Literally, if you see, you don't find the meaningful meaning. The literal meaning is yahacha tushyetu, the one who is contented, it is said. In general, we talk about contentment only throughout all our shastras. यहाँ कहते जो contented है वो बंदा मूर्ख है. So here the meaning is what? Who has got all inner and outer resources and not using them to reach to the higher situations, higher positions. And whatever he has got, that also is getting expended and he is remaining a useless pauper. That is the point, he said. Nowhere it is said that you should not work and earn. What is said is you work, earn, and give to everyone. And the trupti that is indicated to spiritual person is his attention has to be brought into the Paramatma. And to other people, trupti is said because you have only limited abilities, resources, you can't work more than that. इसलिए वहाँ तृप्ति कहा. तो ब्रह्म ज्ञान का अन्वेषण करने वाले के लिए तृप्ति अलग होता है. जिनके पास रिसोर्सेस नहीं है उनके लिए तृप्ति करने के बाद अलग होती है. One who has got resources, he can work. He should get it, but save it, give it to others. He should not stop in that way. Trupti say that is a trupti becoming negative to that person. Is it not? Like I can work 10 hours per day and earn money, but working only 6 hours and saying that I am trupta, that trupti is condemned here. In that way, we have to say. Then yahacha ativelam bhajate dvishantam, the one who is just what do you say? Serving the enemy, loving the enemy, not knowing or understanding is poisonous traits. Now this is proved to the Sri Lanka and Nepal. When they loved China, bankruptcy हो गया उनको. Why will China love any country when they don't love their own people? बेवकूफ है. They are all at Qatar more shrewd than even the Islamic terrorists they are. They want their own personal selfishness. That's it. Have you not seen during Corona how many hundreds and thousands are dumped and just मिट्टी डाल दिया उनके ऊपर? There is no humanity or human touch in that place because they don't study all Shastra and Scripture. परम नास्तिक है वो. How can they love you? For their own selfishness they do it. Then you thought is a friend, then सारा investment उनसे लिया, अब देखो हाथ धो के चले गए वो लोग. So point is not the one who's enemy. Once you know it, be careful. Like this, some more to discuss. We will tell tomorrow. 17 people, 17 ways of life. They are the murkha ways. They will take us only to the hell. Thank you. Hari Om.